Okay.
Okay.
Really?
Getting back on track. So we need to report our findings from the Iron Throne Citadel to the Flaming Fist.
I'll do it.
They should send us on a mission to Candlekeep.
Okay. Really?
Greetings, taxpayers. I am Duke Eltern, commander of the Flaming Fist.
I'm glad to have you back. So, what have you learned so far? We know that any incriminating evidence would be found with Realtar, the overall leader of the Iron Throne in Baldur's Gate. He is currently supposed to be at Candlekeep on some sort of business. And there is only one thing to do. Travel to Candlekeep and learn what they're doing there. Whatever it is, it can't bode well for the fortunes of this city. Take this book. Without it, the keepers of the portal won't allow you entrance into the library. Here is also the reward money that I had promised you.
Your journey has come full circle. Duke Elton has asked that you travel back to Candlekeep, where you must spy upon the leaders of the Iron Throne. While it troubles you that such evil men now make use of the Great Library, and you wish the circumstances of your visit would be different, it will still be a pleasure to return to your former home.
Book of Ancient Knowledge.
I'll do it.
Hold, travelers! Before you will be allowed entrance, you must donate a tome of great value to our libraries.
We have the book you require. You have met the requirements to gain entry to our most holy library. It is fine to see the Child of Gorion once again within these hallowed hall grounds. Please have your less civilized friends refrain from causing trouble. We are very strict with the letter of the law, as you well know. Yeah, and we're in. Weren't we run out of this entire place when we start the game? I think I recall that going on. Just taking a quick look, seeing if anything's changed.
I should have joined the army.
Fuller. Well, I'll be, if that isn't some with a tale to tell. I don't know who is. What have you been up to this past while? Killing more kobolds than you could ever imagine. You wouldn't happen to need a rusty old sword, short sword, would you? Because I've got tons. Always good for a laugh, you were. Hey, I'm sorry about Gorion and all. I guess you've seen more than just kobolds, haven't you?
Yeah? I hope this is worth it.
3 healing potions.
Mana. Okay. Really?
Really? Bunkhouse. Parda.
Hmm?
Oh, Thule. I heard you had returned. If only it weren't in such dark times. Something is afoot in Candlekeep. There is an unvoiced panic amongst those of us who still can call these haunted halls our home. You must help us, I pray you. Why the panic? What is wrong? The Watchers! Some of the Watchers are so strange now, and people that I've known and loved for years now pass me in the halls without greeting, without their usually silly stories, without some discourse on their latest readings. At first I thought it was only me, but it's not me. It's them. I see it in their sidelong glance. Disdain, jealousy, rivalry. These I could understand. I could make sense of it. But they weren't what I saw in their beady eyes. I saw hunger. Plain and simple. Now shush. No one must know that I have spoken with you.
Men are pathetic.
So double ganger infiltration is going on here too. We have to be careful who we trust.
If it bleeds, I can kill it.
The door to the barracks is closed. You try the doorknob and a muffled voice from inside the barracks says, "Go away, you chimp." So the guard is probably under their control fairly firmly. We'll visit the inn and probably head to the library immediately after. I need to get rid of a few items, that's all. We left the place in a hurry the first time, so we haven't met all that many people anyway.
Okay.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
I know. Here's the rapscallion. Set on the little wisp now, and make every ball count. You'll never take me alive. Whoa, calm down, kiddo. Big old world has tied your breeching in a knot, but hasn't she? It's just good old Winthrop trying to pull your leg again. I guess having to see Orion die like that has its effect on a kid, eh? I'll keep my jokes to myself next time, I guess. Still selling the same crap. Didn't have that many items to sell. Just like an armor or two. Razors would be nice to identify. There should be a priest somewhere here. Yep. And there is no priest. Yes, there is.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
Yeah, what is this? +4 versus blunt weapons. +2 to hit with missile weapons only. Probably be good for him, he's using missile weapons mainly. Do we have any use for this? Okay, let's go. Things are as good as they're gonna get.
Salutations. I am Catterley, a visitor of Candlekeep, like yourselves.
Pardon if I seem out of sorts, but the journey has been long and treacherous, and my labors age me so. Might I inquire as to your name? I'm certain I have seen your face before. I cannot fully place it. I'm Thule, and I called this place home many years ago. Thule, and I know you well, though you may be hard-pressed to remember. I was last here years ago, and conferred with your foster father as you were off to chores. I'm not much your senior, really. I'm certain you tire of hearing it, and that Legion have told you the same. But Gorion was well known to me. His death has been mourned by me. I've received sympathy from many a person I have never met before. Who was he to receive such adulation? Simple respect is all that it is. Orion did many good things for many people. When last I spoke with him, I was barely acquainted with my fellows myself, but those who harp do tend to keep to themselves their affiliations. He was a long-standing member, from what I understand. Likely he said nothing to you because he wished your childhood to be as normal as possible. I suppose all parents wish this, whether the child is theirs or not. I've yet to meet anyone who made a claim to achieving it, though. How do you wager you have fared? As well as can be expected, I suppose. I've learned much about myself that perhaps was better left unknown. Would that I had a cold coin for every person I have heard say such a thing. I'm sure your troubles vary greatly from my own experience, but we all have trials we must overcome. We all have a side that should not see the light of day too often. What matters is how much strength you wish to let it have. Such words are better said for classes and meditations, not for reunions. I will take my leave, though perhaps I shall see you again before I am to go. The tomes of Candlekeep are very nearly endless, and I am sure to be here a 10-day at least. There are some within the central keep who wish to speak with you, so it would be wise of you to visit there sometime. Farewell, my friend. Adderley, I guess, is sort of a
If it
famous
bleeds,
person
I'll
of
do it.
the Forgotten Realms universe, so that's the main reason he's here. Similar to Elminster, he's
love
making an
bloodshed.
appearance for the people who know him. I'm not a huge fan
When
of
TX
such
rules, the
meetings.
stones of this city shall build his castle.
There is the Earthen is sort of similar, but they exist as encounters just for the sake of having the person in the game. They don't contribute much. It's not like I hate it, but I don't value that. Especially in a situation like this where I have to come here and he's here waiting for me to ambush me. It's not some just encounter you can have, it's something you have to go through even if you don't give a shit about Catterley. Oh my god, it's a library. Baldur the Wise, founder of
Okay.
Candlekeep. Readers. Quran.
Something on your mind?
Oh, my child, look at you. Your face has gained some new lines since the days when I tutored you. You speak true, but it's not your fault. You prepared me as well as you could for what lay beyond these walls. Just pray that I'm prepared for what I shall find within now that I've returned. Why? What is wrong here? Hello, I tell the watchers. Watchers are no more use in a bundle of sticks. Please tell me, have you seen anything strange in the library this past while? Strange? Why, yes, that is just the word I would have used for that Cobras fellow. He was right here beside me, taking Alando's prophecies from their place on the shelf and reading them. I would hear his voice, recognizing the seer's words upon his quiet breath, but when I turned to steal a glance at him from the corner of my eyes, it was the strangest thing. His eyes were closed, and he was reciting page after page, as if from memory. He heard your footsteps, it seems, and wandered off. I was just returning the prophecies to their rightful place here. Might be wise to take a look. With this coverus. If this coverus is dangerous, though, I'm afraid I'm too old and bookish to be of more than a hindrance. Forgive me, but I must leave you now. Oh, screw this. What else is here? Jessup and Theoden.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
Well, dip me in broth and call me stewed, if it isn't Little Thule. Why, I haven't seen you for nearly, quite some time anyway. Hello Theoden, how have you been? I still remember you running about the keep in your little swaddling clothes, pestering the elders and spooking the cows. Ain't that right, Jessup? Surely was. Yeah, of course, you never did stay in those rags of yours long. Yes, I remember, but how have you been? You'd be naked as a jaybird the moment someone turned their back on you. I remember the day that fellow Blackstaff came floating in, and there you were, tearing around the other keep with Gorion hot on your trail. Took the cloak right off his back, you did, and made yourself just the cutest little... How touching. Yes, I remember. Could we drop this? How have you been? Wait, I remember it all now. There was Kelvin Blackstaff trying his hardest to look important while you ran through the stables with his cape tied around your waist. Such a lark, eh, Jessup? I thought I'd catch my death from laughing, I did. You and me both. Ryan was shaking like a leaf, he was so mad. Oh, yeah, I think I should be going. Nobody was sure what to do, and then Kelvin muttered some words and catches you by the scruff of your neck with some sort of spectral hand. He hauls you out and drops you right in front of him, grabbing his filthy cape in the process. Everyone was scared, they were, weren't they, Jessup? Sure enough, scared witless. Yep, and then old Kelvin burst out in the biggest laugh you ever heard. Everyone in the keep was laughing like that, except you two. Just stood there naked as the day you were born, wondering what the fuss was about. I tell you, those were the days. Yeah, I need to be going. No, certainly, little one. Stop by any time, though. I've got some paintings of you as a youngster. I'm sure your little friends would love to see. Remember the one of two on the bearskin rock, Jessup? Surely do. In the buff as usual. Cute as a buck you were. Go play with your friends now. Go now. Farewell. Your elders are trying to embarrass you to death. Classic. Probably one of the few pleasures of parenthood. Okay, there's nothing really interesting here. I'm not too concerned about possible loot or spell scroll or a few cult cons I might be missing by not exploring these. Vindalis.
Really?
Our library is a man's harem of knowledge.
Hello, Thu. It is good to see you here once again. A pity you could not have returned during a more restful time. Why? What's going on that would cause you such stress? Oh, it's nothing, I'm sure. It's just that, well, things just seem a little strange around here. It's decidedly un-merchant-like merchants for one, and some of our own monks are acting odd as well. One fellow in particular. Who? Well, there's this fellow named Kovaras. I assume he is a visiting sage of some sort, but he seems more interested in our guests than the tomes. He makes me nervous. I think he's had the same effect on others as well. Young Shistal has been out of sorts for days now. He's not as thick-skinned as I. You remember how nervous he used to be. He's quite the opposite now. Seems like a totally different person. I worry about him. I should go. It's been nice speaking with you. Priest of Oakma. Came here for Iron Throne leadership. That's what we're really interested in. Just need to locate them. Not sure what exactly are we gonna do once we find them. I suppose I'll be picking up fights.
Dares prod T-Ax?
Yeah, T-Ax rules.
Man up. I'll do it.
Butcher. Kovaras. Oh, Kovaras.
You need something, stranger?
I thought I might find you somewhere around here. Allow me to introduce myself. Please do. My name is Kovaras. I used to work for your father, running messages to his harper friends in Waterdeep. Before he passed on, he entrusted this ring to me, and asked that I give it to you should evil ever befall him. Will you take it? Sure. Thanks for the ring. Wear it with your father's pride about you then. Before you go, listen to me well. The leaders of the Iron Throne are here in the keep even as we speak. They are at their weakest and most unprotected. If you ever hope to kill them, now is the time. Now go. Iron Throne awaits you. I have yet to decide what amused me more. The level of precaution equal to that of a drunken door guard trying to court a matron mother that this man exhibited while setting up a trap for you, or the wit which almost caught up to the speed of a magically slowed zombie that you exercise while hanging on to his every word. Are the two of you related, perchance? Do not squander the opportunity before you. Yeah, what kind of ring is it? Cobra says Ring of Protection. There's ring and several of its... yeah, there's no special in the description. And it's exactly like every other +1 protection ring. We have no real use for it. But it's a free protection ring, so... Naturally, the whole thing stinks to high heaven. But in the long...
The Lord of Murder shall perish, but in his doom he shall spawn a score of mortal progeny.
There's, in the long term, I don't think it makes a lick of difference if you are accepted or not, so I might as well take it.
Okay.
Okay, is
TX
this
hears
where
ya.
the
TX is as
leaders
TX
are?
does.
If it bleeds, okay.
Jacques?
I love bloodshed. Really?
We try
Soon TX will rule all.
pickpocketing. I don't think it'll work, but on the other hand, we don't exactly have anything to lose. We use up one potion that we never really use anyway, so who much cares. Realtar is the one that possibly has it, so...
I don't have time to associate with drivel.
My dear fellows, you must realize that it is manners that make the man. So would you kindly prove that you are gentlemen by leaving? I, for one, have no desire to prove myself a gentle man. I am one tough woman, and if you won't shut up and fight, I'll push your manners down your throat with my boots. I doubt not that you are ill-mannered enough to act upon your threat, but I assure you that I have taken every precaution to protect myself against brutes like you. The right people can afford to be rude, but this is not you. Leave now before my irate companion Bruno's lets his temper get ahead of his reason. I suspect that between both of you there is perhaps a flea's belly full of reason. Oh, how droll. You're the leaders of the Iron Throne. We're the ones who've caused you so much trouble over the past weeks. We know what you are all about, and soon so will Duke Elton. And you're stupid enough to admit this. Well, my young friend, you might find safety within the library, but once you've left, there will be no place for you to run. Kovaras told us you were all but undefended here at the keep. We could kill you and probably get away with it. Cover us. Who is cover? Of course. It seems that I taught my son all too well. Well, my young pups, you've been set up to be used as dupes. Coverus does not want what's best for you, but rather what's best for him. Well, you should stop this foolish prattle about doing battle and get out of our conference room. Fine. I have no interest in fighting over here. We can do it elsewhere. No, I think we might have even got what we came here for anyway. That's fine, little ones. I'm sure we can expect to see you in the future. If not in person, in at least your heads. What do we actually get from him though? Potion of Clarity, well that sucks ass. But better than nothing, I suppose. Yeah, we succeeded again, and Potion of Genius. Oh, it has no items.
Who dares prod Tiax? Tiax moves! Make way!
Come on. Not pickpocket hostile creatures. What this?
Men are pathetic.
Night Singer, give
Well, since it's already a fight, we might as well fight it.
Manus Potentis.
If it bleeds, I can kill it.
Again, you disturb me.
For sure!
Ah, he's dead. Next.
I love bloodshed.
Give me some direction.
Ulsa?
You are my actions, I'm yours.
For sure!
Men are pathetic.
Jean Caress?
Tiax will smite me!
Scum.
Yeah.
If it bleeds, I can kill it.
Night Singer,
No,
give
they aren't putting that much of a fight.
As directed, for now.
I love. Okay.
Oh, they were worth a decent amount of experience. And the loot isn't that bad. Basic magical equipment. Very basic though. +1 weaponry and armor. A little bit of gold and that's it.
Men are pathetic.
I don't want to talk.
Ulsa?
Tiax hears you.
If it bleeds, I can kill it. Really?
Yeah, wasn't much of a fight.
I should have joined the army.
Fool! Stay where you are. I do not wish to harm you, but you must come with me. You are to be questioned regarding the murder of the Iron Throne leaders. They were apparently killed not an hour ago, and an item of yours was found with the bodies. Please, you will get a fair trial if you come quietly. I will use force if I must. So I killed them, but they attacked me. I don't want to start rambling on to the guard. He doesn't give a shit. So, fine, I surrender. Make me the old round of Tetheril so I can prove my innocence. Glad to hear that. Did not wish to harm you. I'm sure this mess will be cleared up soon.
Someone disturbs me.
All right. So, Thule, you have sullied your father's name by defiling his home and bringing ruin to a peace that has lasted for centuries. I spit on you and all your friends. Your transgressions will be punished in the most severe form. I formally accuse you of the murder of Brunos Kostak and Rieltar and Cheb. But I did nothing wrong. Why have you accused me of such thing? Why have I accused you? You were seen fleeing the murder scene. Cover has found the identifying ring of a shadow thief assassin in your personal effects, and gold minted in armed. I feel that it is strong enough proof to accuse you. From everything we have seen and found, it's not hard to figure out what your purpose was. From what I have been told, you have been trying to place all the misfortune of the Sword Coast squarely on the shoulder of the Iron Throne. I assume you and your friends are assassins in the employ of An. Perhaps you were sent up north to create discord in the region before an Amish invasion. It matters little. You and your friends are to be sent to Baldur's Gate, where an appropriate punishment will be administered.
Greetings, young one.
Hello, young one. I'm sorry to see thee in such a terrible circumstances. I know thee well enough to see that you have been falsely accused. Tomorrow, Olrond will most likely sentence thee to be sent to Baldur's Gate. There thou wouldst receive the death penalty for these actions. I know that Gorion would not want to see his only child killed a scant few weeks after his own death. This as a favor to his memory, that I will help thee escape. Make thy way through the catacombs beneath the library, but disturb them not. I have your possessions with me. You must take them and go with haste. Thank you for helping us. It is now time for you to go, Thule. I can teleport you to the secret room that leads to the catacombs, but from there you are on your own. You must be careful within the catacombs, as there are many guardians and traps. Perhaps whoever planned these murders. However dangerous the catacombs may be, they are safer an alternative to Olrond's wrath. Why not just teleport us outside the Candlekeep? Candlekeep is protected by powerful runes that seal it from divinationary or alteration magics. If I were to teleport you outside of Candlekeep, you would be ripped asunder when you come in contact with the protective field. Trust me, child. This is the only way.
I'll do it.
Soon TX rules!
Tool, TX has had a further revelation. What is it this time? TX understands your reluctance to hear, for it bodes you evil indeed. Tiax has pondered why it has been his lot to follow you willy-nilly into holes, pursuant to your inane concerns. Such behavior does not become the dignity of the chosen of Zurich. But now Tiax knows, now Tiax has seen. And so now you will talk. Get on with it then. You, Thule, are a child of him who Tiax disdains. It is Tiax's glorious task to supervise your quest, to abort your destiny, to ensure that the last trace of your foul parent eradicated. Oh, great. You're now my metaphysical nanny, is that it? Your feeble metaphor betrays your lack of understanding. That is why you need Tiax. Fool, you cannot avoid what must be. You are Tiax's appointed tool, whereby Tiax shall frustrate the crude, foolish designs of him. This is the glorious task for which the wondrous, the bountiful Zurich shall reward Tiax with the omnipotent and eternal rule of all. Yes, excellent. Yeah, he's referring to this letter we received from the person who helped us escape. Hello, Thu. If you are reading this, it means I have met an untimely death. I would tell you not to grieve for me, but I feel much better thinking that you would. There are things I must tell you in this letter that I might have told you before. However, if my death came too soon, then I would have never been given the chance. First off, I am not your biological father, for that distinction lies with an entity known as Baal. The Baal that I speak of is the one you know as a divinity. In the crisis known as the Time of Troubles, when the gods were fearing, Baal was also forced into a mortal shell. He was somehow forewarned of the death that awaited him during this time. For reasons unknown to me, he sought out women of every race and forced himself upon them. Your mother was one of those women, and as you know, she died in childbirth. I had been her friend and, on occasion, lover. I felt obligated to raise you as my own. I have always thought of you as my child, and I hope you still think of me as your father. You are a special child. The blood of the gods runs through your veins. If you make use of that extensive library, of our extensive library, you will find that our founder, Alando, has many prophecies concerning the coming of the spawn of Baal. There are many who will want to use you for their own purposes. One, a man who calls himself Sarabak, is the worst danger. He has studied here at Candlekeep and thus knows a great deal about your history and who you are. Signed, Gorion. Yeah, few very basic type scrolls, not really interested in them. Ah.
Okay.
It's like a fairly large map. Yeah, I don't think that's Lydia.
Hello there.
My book! You stole my book, you cur! Yeah, it's doppelganger.
For sure!
I'm guessing this is supposed to be Yeah, there's the X. Okay. This is supposed to be you meeting up with all the people you encountered at the start of the game. And sort of it having an impact. You doubting and hesitating to kill faces you knew earlier. There's two problems with this. We don't actually know them, so this will never work on any kind of emotional level. And two, the doppelgangers always make themselves obvious. So there's not any doubt at any moment of, not even for a second, what's really going on, and they changing themselves to doppelgangers really seals the deal. So I guess the idea of this could work in a, especially if you would have some kind of first-person view of this, and you'd have people you've known for a long time in a game.
I love really.
And definitely not changing into monsters suddenly, because that ruins the entire thing. But somehow try to create a confusion about who really is a doppelganger, who isn't.
It's done.
Because just having a familiar face before turning into a normal monster and fighting you, that's just a waste of everyone's time. It's not doing anything. It's not even a tough fight. Another wisdom book. New fire resistance. Well, I'll take another point of wisdom then, I guess. How wise are you? Yeah, 12. I think we started from something like 9.
Men are pathetic.
Give me some direction. I'm there.
This would be the catacomb area.
If it bleeds, I'll do it.
This is not how we get out of here. This is the place where the guy told us not to mess with. I'm guessing this is where the loot is. If it's good enough to have a Tome of Wisdom, it could have anything. It has a fire resistance ring. Again, items we haven't seen before. So, yeah, I'm going through every place here. Looks like, again, a potentially very good loot haul here. Magic invulnerability, more heroism. Invisibility, speed. All good. All useful. Ooh. It's a dead end.
I love bloodshed. Okay.
It's probably best left to me.
It's a dead end. Just there for the traps. Art structure or a catacomb. It's like they had a map of this size and they felt that every little nook and cranny has to be filled. It can't stop earlier. There has to be these long hallways everywhere. Didn't expect any more traps here.
Who dares try
And if it bleeds, okay.
I don't want everyone to come here.
Hey, not a concern.
And there was no point in the first place. Any traps? No. A little waste of time.
I love blood. Really?
Give me some direction. I hope this is worth it.
There's still two passages we have to go through. The tome we fire is probably the big clue here. But the firing certainly is useful too. I think it's sort of one of the most common elemental damage you ever face.
I'm waiting. Yeah, I'll see to it.
I don't want to talk.
If it bleeds,
I'm
I
willing.
can kill it. I love bloodshed.
Yeah? What is it? Time is up for you, my friend.
Mana are okay.
Give me some. I hope this is worth it.
If it bleeds, really?
I'm waiting. Yeah, I'll see to it.
Ooh.
I love bloodshed. I'll do
Another tome. If it's another goddamn wisdom tome, I don't know what to do. It would be the fourth. That's ridiculously many. I suppose because it's considered to be the most useless or sort of harmless to give to a person. Maybe that's the reason there's so many of them. That's a +2 protection cloak. Strength. Yeah. That's very welcome. Even if we wouldn't be doing all that much melee ever again, the extra carry weight's valuable. We have now 200-pound carry weight. Now we have 500, so it's a massive increase.
Mana are okay.
So I just made my own main character as the mule of the pack mule of the party. Yay!
Yeah.
For some reason.
If it bleeds, really?
Yeah, it's like that because we have people who can do the melee thing better, people who can do casting, which we can't, and people who can do healing. So we only have this one small area that we are responsible for. We are a good thief. It's nothing. We have no weaknesses on
Men
that
are
front.
pathetic.
But it's the main character position sort of gets diluted when there's so many people in your party.
Okay.
Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. That's one of the reasons a smaller group is sort of attractive.
TX will smite thee.
I sort of back down on my intention to use a smaller group, but I think that's more because of this being Baldur's Gate 1 than me really giving up on the idea. Thing is, it doesn't really matter here too much. A larger party is useful anyway, because your characters can't do all that much here. But more importantly, there's very little interaction to begin with unless you have a lot of people. And having an entire party with no interaction in a role-playing game, it's not good in a role-playing game of this sort, I suppose. Even though this is hack and slash focused, I'd say, this is not really a hack and slash role-playing game. And I don't mean that in a bad sense, hack and slash. Usually if you focus on combat heavily, you also put a lot of thought and resources behind that. So in general the combat sections are better. It doesn't have to be action. It doesn't matter if it's real time or turn based or whatever. It's just if that's the focus of your game, you usually get it done better.
Hold still.
If it bleeds, I can kill it.
The action or hack and slash Infinity Engine game series would be Icewind Dale. Looks pretty much exactly what Baldur's Gate here looks, but it's built, and it has role-playing aspects too, but it's built a lot more around the fights. They are a lot better made, a lot more tactical options. They force you to use more options. For example, a lot more immunities to certain weapon types, or at least it doesn't have to be complete immunities, but high resistances. For example, you might enter an area where slashing weapons are basically useless, or very hard to get anything done with them. You need blunt weapons to harm things or something like that. So in a way, you just having your favorite weapon is just isn't enough to do anything. You have to have maybe your favorite weapon, then sort of backup weapons for different styles or damage types and things like that. So it's requires a lot more skillful use of your character's abilities and the tactical options available, and it's a very different type of game. But if I'd say Baldur's Gate 2 is probably one of the better role-playing games using this engine, and Icewind Dale 2 would be the one with the good tactical combat. Doesn't mean that Baldur's Gate 2 doesn't have good tactical fights, but it is, if I'd have to put them side by side, Icewind Dale 2 would win by a significant margin as far as the actual fights are concerned. Baldur's Gate 2 would win on the role-playing front. Still, I would say even if the one has weaker combat and one has weaker role-playing, I would still not say those areas sucks. They're just weaker than a game that does that same thing very, very good. Okay, time to move on.